And that means what? It is the 15th day of our Mental Health Awareness Month challenge, where every day I've been going live and working for 10 to 15 minutes on tips on how you can achieve optimal health and well-being. Okay, so today, you guys, the topic is going to be the push and the push and the pull in life, and how that shows up in every relationship of your life, including nutrition, your movement, your relationships at home and at work. It all has, every area of our life, there is always the push and the pull, the agonist, the antagonist. And so we're going to talk about how to achieve this inner awareness that we've been talking about now this entire month. So we're in the middle of the month. We're going to start pushing a little bit more into a deeper awareness so that you can achieve that beautiful interdependent approach in relationship with everything, including your body. All right, so we're going to hop on the mat, and you've heard me talk a lot about boundaries. Where is that edge for you? How to be aware of where your body should be expanding in and out. So I'm going to just test here. So you go out. How far can you go out? Where is your edge? And then exhale, you bring it back. So the agonist is always the muscle that is contracting. The antagonist is the muscle that is lengthening and relaxing. And you can apply that to your relationships, right? So we've all heard about, we've heard the term codependency. That's where one relies on the other in an unhealthy way to feel needed, to feel supported. That's not healthy. It also isn't healthy to stay in an independent state. You really can't thrive long and well if you are just living just for the self. It all depends upon that healthy interdependent relationship and everything that's going to leave you living well, having, that optimal sense of well-being. All right. And that applies to your body. Okay. Enough of my talk. So we're going to go into just some movement, and I'll talk a little bit about that. Ponytail is not feeling that great back there. All right. So arms are reaching down. We're doing our pelvic curls. Feet are hip distance apart. I talk about the 3 points of stability, you guys, because that's really key. So let me just touch on that. Our 3 points of stability: inner thighs. I'm going to bring in the hamstrings as well. We want the back of the leg, but we also want the inner thighs engaging. So there is the agonist. Okay, now we want to feel our abdominal center, our core center. That's right smack in the center of your body, just below your navel, your belly button. And then we have the shoulder girdle. Now, if my shoulder girdle was over engaging, you can see how my neck just popped, my chest just popped, and that is too much. I'm going to say even pull here. So we have to soften a little bit up at the top to allow the other guys to come jump in, because what we're looking for is this uniform development. We want, everyone playing their part equally. Right? Does that all sound familiar? How it could relate to everything in life? Yeah. So here we go. We're going to find that balance. Everybody can read that. Take in 3 deep breaths and just start to visualize these relationships. Are the inner thighs active? Because it's really a very indirect engagement, because our inner thighs are not together. If you need that, bring your heels together, because some of us need that cueing. We need that tactile approach. Then we are going to make your way up to your center. And then you're going to feel your shoulder girdle. Now I am starting to feel balanced. Now, before we go into pelvic curls, I want you to separate your feet if your heels came together. And now we're going to start our pelvic curls. So just start your motion with your inhale is going to be the more relaxed, neutral position. Your exhale is going to be the contraction. Here we go. I'm engaging my abdominals. I'm engaging my hamstrings. I'm engaging my inner thighs. Now, if my shoulder girdle didn't participate, look at what would happen. Not healthy here. So we need to press a little bit more and then slowly come down, because guess what just happened? That made my hamstring want to cramp. So when you can start to develop this deeper awareness of these relationships, we want an interdependent relationship with everything working in our system so that you can have that healthy interdependent relationship with everything else on the outside. Okay, so let's do this again. We're going to inhale, prepare, find that balance. Exhale, you're going to curl up. All right, no cramps. Excellent. Because I am working in balance. Making sense, you guys? Okay, so now we're going to, after this one, we're going to rest on that. Come back to your neutral. Let's lift up one leg at a time to a table position or a frog. I always like to have my heels together or the inner thighs. See, you can have the knees apart, the heels together, or you can have the inner thighs squeezing as well. Okay, so now here we go with our first upper abdominal curl. I just like to call this the upper abdominal curl hold, where you can just start to build again the relationship and awareness with all parts of you that are participating, and everything is. I'm feeling my heels. I've got my ankles are extended, which is a point. I am feeling that pull in. Here's that always the push and the pull. So I'm pushing into my hands. My hands are pulling back, and you saw how that just centered me right on my core center, and that relieved any neck tension. So I feel very balanced now. So I am now free to move to the next layer of instability, which is movement. I am shifting my hands away. Now I want you to feel like you're being pulled. Maybe you're holding onto a ski rope, and then you're pulling back. Heels are drawing in towards your core center. And that is going to help you maintain that healthy relationship so that you can start to add more movement. We're going to go out and exhale back in. Inhale out, lengthen, exhale back in. Inhale out, pause, exhale. So going now back to our breath that moves us. Our breath helps us to maintain this healthy relationship with our body. You can lower it down and rest. Is all of this making sense? Okay, so I hope so. I know I can't hear you. Put in the chat if it's making sense. I know I've got you on the floor moving, but I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so now we're going to extend our legs straight up. We're going to come back to our push-pull in order to achieve our upper abdominal curl, sending us right to our center. All right, now guess what we're going to do? We're going to take our left leg down. We're going to walk our hands up towards our ankle, and we're moving into scissor. So I have this leg reaching as if somebody's pulling that leg. I have my right leg being pulled back towards my center. Again, there's always the push and the pull, agonist, antagonist. And then you're going to exchange. You're going to hold. And then we're going to flow. Inhale, exhale. Your breath is helping to move you. Last one. Excellent. Lower it down and you can rest. You can take your feet down. You can sway side to side. One more each side. So again, we are always looking to achieve that really healthy push and pull in life. So the next thing we're going to do is just take it to a stretch. It is Sunday. It's halfway through this challenge. And we're just going to go a little light, but I'm going a little heavier today, just in the language of awareness and how you can achieve a deeper awareness to achieve a healthier relationship, not just with your whole body, not just with your food, but also in every part of your life, your personal life, your professional life. It makes a difference, you guys. Here we go with our first stretch. We're going to side bend over. I want this left arm reaching and pressing up against your ear. And I have my press into my inner thigh or into the floor that is allowing me to then achieve that stretch in the side. Now I'm going to wrap my hand around, my arm around, and I place my left hand onto my right shin. And I'm pushing and pulling. This is allowing the facilitation of more rotation. And with this rotation, I am getting a really nice opening in my back, in my rib cage area. One more deep breath. And then we're going to stack it up and we're going to corkscrew ourselves over to the left, opposite side, where you're again pushing, pressing, pulling in order to achieve a well-balanced rotation that then feeds the stretch or whatever sensation you may be feeling. But again, today's theme is building a really healthy, interdependent relationship with your body, with your mind, with your relationships outside of your mind and body, the relationships with your food. Here we go. We're going into our prayer butterfly stretch. So I'm rounding over. I have my knees pressing down. As I said before, I am quite flexible in this position, so don't force it. If your knees are elevated, totally fine. Just ease into it because once again, the theme of today is balance. Achieving that state of symbiosis. We want us all, everything working together, playing a beautiful symphony if we want to get a little corny. Okay, so here we go over to the other side. So here's where I always pull out, especially in some of these stretches, is be aware of each side. One side usually is always tighter than the other. We have a dominant side, or it may be tighter due to overcompensating for an injury. So, but just being really aware, it's the awareness, you guys, that is going to lead you to that very healthy, interdependent state of being in all areas of life. And here we go, rotating. Oh, that feels so good. It's opening up now more in this stretch across my sacrum, which is the back here, the lower lumbar. For me, the other side was up top, up in my rib area. And so this is why I always say it's wise to always have your notebook, which I just put mine somewhere. I just had it. I think I covered it up with my towel. So I always have my notebook, and it's just, noting how any of these stretches or movements are showing up for you. And each day is different. Every day we wake up a different person. Our body's going to respond differently. And then we're going to go ahead and come on out of that. One more stretch forward in our butterfly stretch and round it over. And come on up. So that is today's challenge, halfway through the 15th of this May Mental Health Awareness Month challenge. And okay, key takeaway today is that we're always trying to find that state of symbiosis, of, I'm going to say, equality, of balance, where you are living and flowing in this interdependent, healthy interdependent relationship with everything, including your nutrition, your movement, your relationships at home and at work. I promise you guys, when you really do the work of finding that deep state of awareness, you will achieve optimal health and well-being, and that is a promise from Lauren. So until next time, I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. And make it an amazing Sunday. We'll see you on Monday. Ciao.